Okie dokie friends, we're back with make and take number 7, which means we're nearly at the end of the day. I hope you enjoyed yourselves, and don't forget to create your creations or projects and post them into the albums. You've got all week to do it, so yeah. Okie doke. So what we're going to do now is a bit of a fun fold. I actually saw this fold on Pinterest. I don't know how the person that did it, how she did it, but this is my take on the fold. Okay, so what we're going to be using is the Natural Prints bundle, the dies, as well as the stamp set. And we're going to be using the lovely papers too. So these are the papers. Okay, all blues one side with all different patterns. Okie dokie. And then you've got your opposite side with the different patterns again. Now don't forget to, if you don't like one side, use your other side. I will say that this one is about my favourite. I'm a real blue person, blue and white. So that's about my favourite, and I love stripes. Okay, so now the card, how can I say this? I might say it as we go along. Okay, so what we've got, we should have about 9 pieces of cardstock. Okay, so I've actually already pre-stamped some of mine, and that will be from the layer, I think it's layer 4, which I've stamped all these on basic white. And I'm using Starry Sky and Grey Granite. Okay, so these were stamped in Starry Sky, and these are Grey Granite, and they're from layer 4. Okie dokie. So we've got our base card, which we're going to score now. Now I've put the measurements there for both letter and A4 size, and I've adjusted the sizes so that both as being, no, sorry, the A4 is going to be scored, whoops, nearly had the wrong one, at 2 inches, right? And then we're going to rotate it, and we're going to do 2 inches again. Now, with the letter size, you're going to score it at 2 1/8 on both sides, okay? So, and that'll give you, I think it's 4 1/4 of a base card, and with the letter size, it gives us a base card of 4 inches. Okay, now you may have a little gap down the middle. Don't panic about that. All right. Then what we're going to do is you'll have a piece of I don't have it. Okay, let me go and get it. But you will have a piece of Grey Granite. Just bear with me, I might pack it away. I think this is it. So let's have a look. I just want to yeah, 418. So what we're going to do with the letter size, okay, you're going to put it into your scorer or your paper trimmer or your simply scoring tool, and you're going to score it at 5 7/8. Okay. What's that in metric? 5 7/8, 14 point, oh, hold on. I got it here, silly me. Grey granite. 4 by, that's 16.5 centimetres long and 10.1 wide, which is what our base card is, which is 4 inches. Now, with the letter size, you're going to do the same thing, and you're going to score it at 5.5, which is what the length of your base card is. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're simply going to put that into there like that. Okay, so we're going to grab our glue. I'm using adhesive, but you can use tear and tape adhesive, or you can use the Stampin' Snail or the Stampin' Snail Plus. Oops, I think I've done too much there. Okay, and then what we're going to do, we're just going to put that just there like that, so that it's in the middle, and the scored line is in line with along the top. Okie doke, just like that, and hopefully, yeah. And then all I'm going to do is get my bone folder and just push it down a little bit so that it sticks properly. Okay, and that is your base card. Now, as I was creating it, I suddenly had a thought that you could cut out a piece of cardstock, which is the same width, and whatever that length is, and then score along here and along here, okay, and then cut that piece off if you didn't want that. That sort of come to me as I was putting my card together. Okay, so that's what our base card is. So we're going to put that aside for the moment. Then we've got all these little pieces. So we've got 2 pieces of basic white that are the same. We'll put those aside. We've got a piece of basic white and grey granite. They go on there like that. So we'll put those aside. Then we've got a piece of grey granite and a piece of the DSP, and I'm going to use the grey granite side. Now, if you didn't have the DSP, you could emboss this piece, you could stamp this piece, create your own background. You could do a technique on this piece. It's up to you. So we will stick this down. Okay. Put it on there like that. Oops. That's why I like my glue, because I can move it around. So that piece is done. So that's done. Then we've got 2 pieces of basic white. Now, your cardstock is all cut to your measurement. So if you're doing letter size, these pieces and these pieces and this piece is all, the measurement should be to suit your size. Okie doke. So we've got these two pieces, and I'm actually going to use this side. Yep. Okay, so we're going to stick these two pieces down. Grab our basic white. Now, all the layers are about 1/8 of an inch, which is probably about 1/8, I think it's about 0.3 centimetres. And it's the same with the letter size. I've only done 1/8 edges, okay? So if you think it's too narrow, that's why they're too narrow, because they're only 1/8 of an inch. Or what did I say? 0.3. So that's that one. And then we're going to bring in our base card now. And we're going to put glue to these pieces. I'll put it on this side. And as you can see, it's only a very narrow edge. I just thought it looked better with the very narrow borders, layers. Okay, that's that one. It's quite an easy card once you've worked out your measurements. It doesn't take long at all. And then we're going to stick this one to this side, making sure that your DSP is running the right way. And again, you could create your own backgrounds, emboss these pieces, do a technique on it, stamp anything you like. Okay, so then what we're going to do is grab one piece of our basic white, and we're going to grab the Starry Sky ink. It's a bit juicy, but that's all right. Juicy Lucy. And I'm just going to lightly stamp that. And I've got an envelope here, so we're going to do that at the same time. Okay, and that's it. Easy peasy. Now don't panic if you're not keeping up with any of the make and takes. They are here forever in the group. So what you can do is just go back and look at them when you're ready, or go back later on when you are ready and recreate them. But don't forget to put them in the folder because we want to see them. Then what we're going to do, making sure your card's open right, we're just going to stick this on here like that, making sure it's nice and straight and in the middle. So that's the inside of our card. Okay. Then we're going to grab this piece and our second piece of basic white, and hopefully, yeah, we're going to stick that to the top part of our basic white. And we're just going to stick that down, and again it's got a very narrow border around it. Now if you wanted to, you could, if you're using this DSP and the same colours as me, you could flick it over and use the opposite side, but I'm going to use all this tone with touches of the Starry Sky. Then what we're going to do is bring in our base card again. And I just want to make sure, yeah, what I'm going to do, just bear with me, is trim off the tiniest little bit from either side. I should have done that before I, just the slightest. That's going to annoy me, but you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. Actually, what I might do, this is what you do when you make mistakes. Well, it's not really a mistake, but I know it's going to annoy the hell out of me. So we're going to chop this off again, about there, and again. Get rid of all that. Now just bear with me. I'm just going to get a piece of white for, yeah, I made that 4, didn't I? So let's just, I think I've made it 4, the base, 5 and 5/8, now 5 3/4. I think it's 4. Yeah. So this is 3 7/8. I hope I've got that right on the measurements. Oops. Let's have a look. 2. Yeah, I've got 4 inches. So that should be 3 7/8. So I'm going to fix that up for you, and I will repost the tutorial. Okay. So this is 3 7/8, which means this is 9.8 centimeters. So I'll fix that up. Let's just see if this is right. 4 1/8. Yeah, that's right. 4 1/4, 4 1/8. Yeah. So the letter size is okay. Okay. Now where is our chopped up, mangled layers? And I'm just going to fix. I know there's no mistakes in crafting, but sometimes if I don't fix it, it's going to annoy the hell out of me. That's okay. So that, okay. Let's just chop this off. Just bear with me. 3 3/4. So what I've done is I've made that smaller, and I'm going to get a piece of grey granite again. See, we all make mistakes. So that is, what did I say? 3 3/4, 3 7/8, 3 3/4 by 3. Where's our white piece? As long as I haven't chopped that, I'll be happy. That's better. And I'm just going to chop a little bit off here to make it. Okay. Let's get cooking again. Okay. Okay. Now, you're probably thinking, but this is going to make it a little bit higher and thicker, but that's all right. I'm okay with that. So we're just going to stick that. I'll fix all that measurements up for you. We're just going to make that nice. Try and make that nice and straight. It's not straight, I know that. God, what have I done? Really knocked it up, haven't I? That's a little bit better. Now we're going to stick it to the top of our piece of basic white. Okay. And just with a little narrow border around it. Just like that. Then, once we've done that, we're then going to put some glue on the back of our white piece, and fingers crossed and toes that it fits there. Yep, look at that. Bob's your uncle. So then we can close it up and it goes like that. Look at that. So now what we're going to do with this, we're going to stamp our sentiment, and I'm going to use hello there. Let's use that one, hey? Hello there. Yeah, that's a nice one. And we're gonna stamp that in Starry Sky, just to add a little bit of contrast. Where's my ink pad now? Oh, sometimes you can't see things for looking. Here it is. Now, I'm not sure about the rest of you, but when I stamp, I like to stamp on a scrap paper first to make sure that it's nice and straight. Yep. Because sometimes we only get one go at it, and this is sometimes where our stamparatus comes into it. Saved me heaps of times. I'm just not. That's it. Oh, look at that. Okay. So then this piece, I'll just do this a little bit because the ink pad's a little bit juicy. It's going to be stuck then to our piece of grey granite. Oh, is that too long? God, I'm not having a good day, am I? No, that's the wrong piece. Throw that out. That's the excess piece I cut off. I was going to say. Okay, so that's that done. Then what we're going to do is we're going to pop this up. Okay, with some pop-ups, dimensionals. And I'm only going to put now I've put this one down towards the bottom instead of in the middle because remember this top layer is going to be a bit thicker. So I'm just going to put that there like that. And I'll just put that in the middle. So that is nearly basically our card. So now I'm going to bring in one of these, okay, and this is going to go here like that. I love this fern. Love, love, love this fern. And I love this flower. I think it's just gorgeous. And I love the fonts in this stamp set. Love, love, love. Okay, so now we're going to pop this up. Okay, with a couple of dimensionals. As you can see, I don't use my thingamajig. I just use my fingers to take off the little sticky lids, and we're just going to put that there like that. Now I've stamped one of the these doovidakas, I don't know what they're called, and we might just put that there. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom like that, okay? And we'll just hold that down with our thingamajig. Making sure that's nice and straight. And I think we will go with the grey granite shimmer ribbon. It's gorgeous, this stuff. Just a nice little bow. If you wanted this for a male, what I would do is probably just leave the bow off and probably leave that little bit off. I'm just going to grab some scissors and a mini glue dot. And we're going to put that on the back. And we're just going to put that there. Stick that down. And we'll finish it off, I think, with well, we have those. I did say those on the list, but I think we might do the in colours, eh? What do you reckon? Let's see how they go. Yeah, let's do them. 1, 2. We'll put 1 here. 3. Make sure they're stuck down good and proper. So put them in there. So I don't lose them. And then we've got 2 pieces left over. So I just thought to take that blank look away, we will put that there, eh? What do you reckon? And all I'm going to do is put a little bit of adhesive. Don't put it up towards the top, because if you stick it down, you're not going to be able to open your card. Okay, and that's all I'm going to do. You could add a little ribbon here if you wanted to, or twine, but I'm just going to leave it like that and have it like that. Now, another way you could also do it too, if you wanted this to stay closed, you could actually create a belly band, wrap it around, and then put this panel onto the front of your belly band. But if you do that, just remember to put the glue or adhesive or whatever you're using only in the center of this panel, because if you put it top and bottom and stick it down, you're not going to be able to open your card. So that's our card, the Make and Take number 7. Okay, pretty easy. I don't even know what you'd call it. That's a gatefold, so I don't know what you'd call this. And that's it. Okie dokie, number 7. And before I close, I'll just show you the prototype, which shocked me because it came together pretty easy. So this is it here, and this is in the blues. Okay, so I've done exactly the same, except the opposite colours. Okay, and I've used the rustic metallic dots on here. I've stamped in the grey granite. That's grey granite. That is Starry Sky, and that's the Starry Sky metallic ribbon. Then you open it up, and there's the fern. Open it up again, and as you can see, I've just done all the opposites. Okay, easy peasy fun fold that you could easily make. Now also too, you could also do it that way as well. Okay, remembering that I've just noticed a piece not out of there. Just remembering that these flaps would open that way, and this one would come from the top. Okay, so there are our cards. I hope you've enjoyed that, and thanks so much for joining us today. I've really enjoyed all the make and takes. So our last one now is Sharon, and she's playing with the cottage rose. Okay, thanks everyone. See ya. Hooray.